Baby, I know all your secrets, but you tell me stupid lies. Oh, you think you can escape now and got it all just figured out. You can fake it through the ceiling to the rooftops while I'm leaving. You're my greatest mistake.
Hello, y'all. Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to another week in my teacher life. It is 8:33. I got here about 15 minutes ago, and it's another week in kindergarten. So today we will kind of just follow our usual stuff. So I have our normal stuff to teach. This week's a little bit different because students are not in class tomorrow because tomorrow is election day and we do not have students in session on election day because some of our buildings are polling places. So sorry, I'm like clicking all of the pens and turning them back off because my students were in them. Anyway, so no school with students tomorrow. We have PD all day. So that is what will be happening for us tomorrow. Regular day of school Wednesday. I am out Thursday, and then we have a regular day Friday. So this will be like an abbreviated week in my teacher life because obviously I'm not going to film on Thursday since I'm not here. Tomorrow is PD, so we'll see what kind of footage I can get. But yeah, it's gonna be another week. So I have some things to get prepped and prepared for this morning, or for today rather, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to try my hand at Tara West's The Science of Reading, like guided reading lessons, because I am not happy with where my students are in terms of being able to sound out words and read. And obviously, every district is different, every school is different, every class is different, but I have not been happy with the way that our curriculum prepares students for reading for a while anyway. So we're just gonna kind of sneakily try this. So I did print a few things off over the weekend. Like this is her alphabet chart that goes with her curriculum. Oh my goodness, blanking, sorry, happy Monday. And then like she has them focus on vowels because obviously every syllable needs to have a vowel in it. And then I printed off a couple of like guide sheets. So like these are all the characters that show up in the stories for Unit 2. There's the same for Unit 3. And then we also have like digraphs, blends, that kind of stuff. So I printed that off at home because I wanted all of that in color, obviously. And I'm going to have them be laminated just with the school laminating. We also have like the blending strips, all that. So I'm hoping that this will get my students reading because I just don't feel like our curriculum does that. This is another set of them right here. So yeah, so that's what I printed off. I also printed off some new centers for my students who are still working on letters. So this came as part of her guided reading pack. Or no, these were center activities for the Unit 1 of guided reading. So these are just clip ones where they have to like put the clips on the letters. And I printed a big alphabet chart off for one of the activities because I am going to have them matching capital letters to lowercase letters. So that's what I printed off. So I need to get this laminated. I'm gonna use like my heavy lamination for the centers, but for everything else, school laminator. But anyway, so lots to do this morning. Going to get to work on that. I will do my best to check in a little bit more frequently than I did last week. If you watched last week's vlog, which I'll link up in the card, you'll know that it was a bit crazy and chaotic. So we will see if I can do a little bit better this week, and I will chat with you later. Hi y'all, checking in on my plan time. I just ran some stuff off for my small groups. My kids are at specials. I ran off my sub plans because I will be out. So I ran off my template for that. I just filled them in. I did a whole video on how I prep for a sub. I'll link it up above. But basically I was just running off some of the Science of Reading lessons, just the first lesson. So I have one group that is still working on learning letter names. So I printed off the first lesson for that group, and then I printed off the lesson for my highest group. So I'm gonna play with those two just to start this week, and then next week, hopefully I can get fully into the swing and can get the other groups going as well. So yeah, that is the plan. So I ran off the scope and sequence. I ran off day one's or lesson one's lesson, and then I ran off any like materials that went along with it. Now I did not run them off in color. I know that that's like probably the best way to do it, and depending on how this goes and how, or rather where my placement is going to be next year, because our principal has talked about potentially moving people around grade levels. So that will obviously decide like what I run off as well. But assuming that I stay in kindergarten, I will be running off all of the learning letter names, etc., etc. So, and I will do that all in color over the summer when I have more time. But now we're in a pinch, and I'm just running it in black and white because I don't want to use my color ink at home. So that is what I just ran off. These are books that I need to like staple and put together. I have some laminating. The centers that I showed you this morning, these, so I got them cut out. I need to laminate them with my good lamination so it's thick, because they're going to use little clothespins on them. So I need to go heat up my laminator, and it's 2:41, so I only have like 15 minutes left. So let's go get some of this finished, because I need to be out at contract time today. We have ratification of our contracts after school, and I need to be home for the Zoom meeting at 5. So yeah, busy. Let's take care of that, and then we're gonna get into the end of the day. Oh, one thing I did put together that goes with the Science of Reading stuff, I did glue like the letters. So she laminated those for me, so I've got those glued onto their popsicle sticks. Some of them go with like the very first, or rather unit 2, I think. And then the double letter ones go with unit 3. And unit 3 is what I'm going to try with my highest group. So yeah, that's what we've got. Let me turn on my laminator and get this taken care of before I have to pick those kids up. So I will possibly chat with you later, possibly not, you know how it goes. But yeah, tomorrow's a PD day. So if I don't talk to you tonight, I will talk to you tomorrow morning before all of that starts. So there you go. I'll see you later. Morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I did not film at all yesterday. We had PD all day, and I was with my teammates all day, so did not do any filming. We did a PD on anti-racism training, and then we did one a Eureka Math PD, and then we had PLC time for the afternoon, and my teammates and I looked over the upcoming Galileo test to see what the questions are going to be, and to try to cover skills that we have not yet taught, because this is a year-end test that we are taking in April. So, you know. But yeah, so that's what we did yesterday. Today is Wednesday, as I mentioned. It is rainy outside. Yay. So we will most likely have indoor recess because it's like actively raining right now. And I am out tomorrow. So I need to work on my sub plans. I'm going to be staying after a little bit to put them together because I have PLC today. So won't have time to like do anything during my plan time. So I will just have to stay after to get them put together, but it's no big deal. So that is the plan. This morning I was swapping out some word work bins for my lowest group that is still working on letters. So the buckets across the room right there, I swapped a couple of the activities out for that group to give them something new to work on. And I put together some math activities for my kids to do while I'm teaching the math lesson. And I'm going to introduce those today. So we will see how that goes. Cross our fingers that it goes okay. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get today started. I need to pull stuff up on the computer, get it all ready to go, run to the restroom, and the bell's gonna ring. So I will do my best to check in with you later, probably at lunch, let you know how things are going. And then I will film, obviously, while I'm prepping for my sub. So stay tuned. It's late. It's 5:54. I just got finished prepping for my sub, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what all I've got laid out for her. So first of all, I did put a note on my Skittles, which I use as like little incentives, if you will, especially because tomorrow she will not have access to my dojo. I do have my student behavior chart, who is on a behavior chart, so that is all ready to go. I have my sub plans, as I already showed Monday. So I filled all of those out. I'm not going to go through them because I do have some names and things written down. And then I have the assignments. So this will be math. For reading, they're going to do a sequencing activity with Mary Had a Little Lamb. For science, they're going to do a review of the 4 seasons. They're going to listen to a song and like do a visualization and draw pictures. They're not going to do rotations, so I have like a word work paper for them. So this is the word had. On the back is your. They'll work on that. Then they will get on Imagine Language and Literacy after they're done. And finally, we have just a sight word sentence thing for writing. So that is what we've got. I've got it laid out on the back table. That's where I am right now. For her, everything's labeled, good to go. I shared my morning slides for my morning meeting with a coworker. She's going to pull those up for my sub. And yeah, that's about what we've got, y'all. I'll show you really quickly. Also, I did get out my students' scissors, so I have had to take these away and lock them up because my student who we've been working to get into their correct placement has a tendency to take scissors from people if they are left out and cut things up. So we just put them away and they just get them out when they need them. So we've got all of their scissors in this little basket and they're sitting back here as well. Their glue is in that clear colored basket right there on top of the cubbies so that they can just grab. But yeah, that's about it. You saw me putting together the note. My sub last time did not do the flower. So we'll see if this one does. But yeah, that's what we've got going. It is almost 6 o'clock and I'm ready to head out. So as I mentioned, I will not be filming tomorrow because I will not be here, but I will come back on Friday and let you know how things went. We're going to cross our fingers that it is a good report from the substitute. I will kind of scan you around the classroom. I did straighten a couple things up. Having a sub is always good for putting little stuff away that you've been letting pile up. So let me show you what we're looking like, then I'm going to head out. So yeah, that's what we're looking like. Everything's good to go. I am signing out of my computer right now. And we're gonna head on into my day off and I will be back on Friday to chat with you all. Morning, y'all. Happy Friday, TGIF. As I had mentioned, I was out yesterday, Thursday, so I just took some time to like straighten up the classroom a little bit. The students definitely took advantage of the substitute. They had their chairs in the wrong places, so had to put all that back. But yeah, so today's Friday. Today's schedule, because it's Friday, is a little bit different. So we are going to do our Fun Friday time this afternoon. And my students also filled in their compliment puzzle. So we're going to do a little like 15-minute dance party for their reward for that. So that's what it's going to look like in the afternoon. So we're going to try to get as much learning done this morning because we have art at 2, recess, Fun Friday, and the dance party. So I'm going to try to like intersperse those throughout the afternoon. I need to run off a reading paper. We are working on sequencing the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which is a poem that we have done already. We've read that multiple times, and is on our Galileo assessment coming up next week. So just kind of like a refresher on that. And what else? I'm gonna do our math lesson. Need to do the math lesson. And I have a snail labeling paper for writing. So that's the plan. Yeah, otherwise, I don't really have much to say. I did stop at Starbucks this morning, as you saw. Sorry, I'm cleaning some papers up. I stopped and got a matcha green tea latte. However, I added 2 pumps of vanilla syrup and vanilla cream cold foam, and it tastes like a milkshake. So it's very, very good. Yeah, nice way to start my morning. So I'm gonna go make that copy and look at the math. It is, let's see, 8:42. So I have a little bit of time left. Everything's straightened up, put back together, and we're gonna hope that we can make this a great Friday. I will check in with you later. It is kind of gross outside. It's actually flurrying. So we'll see if they get to go outside for recess or not. It is very hot in this classroom, so I do have the window back there open. The sub had like put the temperature way up, and that's not something you can do with this thermostat because it doesn't shut off. It just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So I've opened that window up to try to cool it off. I put the thermostat back down where it needs to stay. And yeah, as I mentioned, I will check in with you later on and let you know how things are going. So I will see you then. Hi y'all, it is 2:42. I've been working on a couple of things over my plan time. So I had made a list out of things that I needed to copy. So I just took care of that. There's quite a lot. So we have, let me just take you through. I had a Statue of Liberty labeling activity, which looks like this, that we are going to do next week. So I have that. We have a snail labeling activity, which we are possibly going to do today. We will see how much time we have. I ran off some letter mazes that I just got off TPT. I'll link it down below, with capital and lowercase, because I am starting Tara West's first guided reading unit with my students who do not know their letters yet, because that it focuses on the letters. So I'm going to give that a whirl. It's part of our Science of Reading curriculum bundle. I'll link that below, but I printed these off to go along with it. So I have A and B just to start. So I printed off the ones of those for my friends who need them. We have these math puzzles as part of our Fluency next week for math. I needed to print off these addition and subtraction mats for math. And then I printed off some ordering teen numbers activities. This one goes up to 30. These are for my 3 highest kiddos. And then everyone else is going to just be working on numbers 11 through 20. I don't know where this came from. A teammate gave this to me. Same with this one. So I'm not sure where she got those, so I can't link those. But ran those off for next week for math. I ran off some math homework to send home next week, starting next week, just to give the students a little bit of extra practice. Some parents have been asking for homework, so I'm gonna send it home. If they do it, great. If they don't, great. But since some people are asking, I'm just gonna go ahead and send it home. This is another math fluency activity that we are going to be doing next week during math. And then I also ran off the first set of fluency practice math facts. So all I did was the first one, which is just addition, because that's what we're gonna start with. I ran it off front and back. So that is everything I ran off. I am going to next staple together my books that I cut. Let me see if I can find one of them to show you. I cut them apart. Here we go. So like here is one of the ones that goes with her science of reading stuff for the letter naming groups. Each letter has its own book. So I went ahead and got letter A ready to go. I see this group 3 times a week because the other 2 days they go with another staff member. So they're getting seen each day, but I'm going to be doing this just when they're with me. So we're gonna staple these together, and then the other one I have is for my highest group, which is SH, which I think I left over on the table over there, but I'm like drowning in papers right now. So trying to get organized, get it all put together for next week in the 10-ish minutes that I have. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that and dive on into the remainder of the day. Overall, it's been okay. My students were not well behaved yesterday. I had several adults kind of pop in and tell me that it was a bit crazy in here, and I figured it would be. My students need someone with very consistent expectations and procedures, and it seems like the substitute gave them a lot of freedom yesterday that they took advantage of. So today was an adjustment to get back on track. So it's not been terrible. It was a bit rough to start, but they've gotten themselves together. So, you know, kudos to that. What else? It was indoor recess, and I have that window open again over there because it's super hot in here. Just cannot get it cooled down. So anyway, there's a lot going on. Now I am going to throw some of this science of reading stuff into sheet protectors. This is one of them, so that we can reuse them and clean all this up. So let's take care of that right now. I'll put you on time lapse and take you along.